Welcome back to the Guzzi project, and yes, we're still waiting for the fuel tank. So what can we be getting on with? Well, plenty, obviously. But I have an idea. Now we've finished painting the frame and the engine and put all the oil lines back in, there's no reason that we can't fit the exhaust, right? Monkey agrees. It's time to put the exhaust on. Obviously that's going to be fairly simple up the front end, just a question of bolting it back in and then fixing that H-frame to the downpipes, the headers. But then we got to worry about how do we fix it at the back end, right? Because otherwise it's all hanging off the engine cylinder at the end. So essentially what I'm talking about is that it's going to hang off these two bolts here and these two bolts here, and that's it for the moment, because it would have gone back and and probably tied up somewhere there on the frame, but it's only going to like here. So we need to work out some way of mounting it at the back, right? Because don't really just want it hanging off those 4 bolts at the front. That's probably not good. First step is to clean them up a bit, and I know we've painted them and everything. What's he talking about? Well, you might remember these were a little bit difficult to get off, and we had to employ the help of our dear friend Mike. He's a little bit stronger than me. So what we're going to do is just wire brush inside there, get it all nice and clean and free of any bits and pieces that might hinder us putting the downpipes in there. So I give it a go with my little Makita, because my new drill has broken already. Yes, very disappointing. Drilled a relatively small hole the other day and it stopped, and thought it was a battery, so I charged the battery up, put the battery back in, and battery started smoking. Never a good idea. And if that doesn't work, we've always got our faithful Black & Decker. As always, it's a matter of which thing to do first, step by step, right? And I think it's probably best to put the downpipes into the H there before I fit them to the bike itself. Just because that's going to involve a certain amount of manhandling and brute force, and I must remember to put those on first as well. And then once we've got that all together, we can wiggle them around and make them fit the actual cylinder. With our nice shiny new painted red clamps. Yeah, lovely. And of course the crash gasket. Monkey's going to have to find somewhere else to sleep. Crash gaskets in place, ready to receive. And of course we've got to put those on as well, like so. One exhaust system ready to go back on, I think. Yeah, just tape that up there to stop it rattling around and chipping the paint and stuff. Just snugging this up so that it doesn't slip about really. But we need to be able, not too tight that we can't move the pipe around. Right, let's see if we can slot it back in. Alright, we slid it underneath. We have all the necessary gear here, some new nuts, and these boys, which basically go there, like that. Clamp down that little crash gasket we got in there. This is of course where you need 6 pairs of hands, but I shall just manage with the 2 that I was given. So I've used whatever I could find kicking around, some old wine bottle packaging and some cushions to raise the back end there, just enough to help me get these up here at roughly a right angle. I knew this was going to be fun. I've already smacked my head on the handlebars. Might be a little delirious. Alrighty, that's one side just ever so slightly in place. I don't know, probably not even 2 turns on those, so it's quite precarious at the moment. Okay, issue number 1 as we come around to the other side. These are getting in the way of the sump there, so we need to spin them round, both sides obviously. As you can see, things are hotting up here. I've taken off my sweatshirt. I'm getting quite warm doing this. The problem we have here is, in order to clear that bolt with that, it's fouling on this nut here. So I'm going to have to disconnect the downpipe here, which I didn't want to do. Put the downpipe on and then join that back up there. Like I said, didn't want to do that. Alright, we're kind of in. This boy was also fouling on there, so we had to switch that round to the bottom. Not sure what to do next, because I got to get that in properly, obviously, which it's not. I think what I'm going to do is tighten these up, not massively tight, but just so that they're snug, not going anywhere. No wobble involved. That way I've got something to push against at least, hopefully. This side is in, which is good. So obviously it's a bit wonky at the moment. For those of you who don't know, wonky is a technical term for slightly not parallel. Time for a little gentle persuasion with Thor, the rubber hammer. Well, we got there in the end, didn't we, monkey? Yes. Yeah, a little gentle persuasion, as I said, and there it is, all hooked up. And all hooked up at the front. Everything just snugged up at the moment, nothing super tight. Kind of like it, right? Sweet. And actually, I don't think we need any rear support after all. There's a possible hole there to mount something to around here if we need to. I don't think we do, honestly. It's fairly bloody solid. So I think we'll probably just tighten everything up. Yeah, so I haven't crushed those crush gaskets yet. Well, that looks rather sweet, I think. You like it? Yes, indeed, folks. Job done. I like them. Do you like them? Let me know. So, just another thrilling day in the life of a tink. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe down here somewhere. And, of course, encourage others to watch my lunacy.